Malaga. What a fall from grace it has been. Flashback to 2013 and the Spanish side were battling it out in the Champions League with players such as Isco, Willy Caballero and Julio Baptista playing for the club, among many other famous names. Fast forward to present day, however, and it is a much different story for Malaga. They currently find themselves 17th in the Spanish second division at the time of recording. This has been a surprisingly highly requested rebuild, because today we rebuild Malaga. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome to another rebuild on the channel, but this is a very unique one. We have not ventured to the Spanish second division for quite some time now, but we're going to do that here as we take over Malaga and hopefully bring them back to the Champions League, along with going even further and making them European champions. But if you guys do go on to enjoy today's rebuild with Malaga, make sure you leave a like on the video. Also, if you are new around here, bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. If you have not had the pleasure of seeing a rebuild video in the past, here are the rules. So the main objective is to win the UEFA Champions League. Every game in the rebuild is simulated except for the Champions League final. The transfers can be as unrealistic or realistic as we like. There's a big focus on the transfer window. And finally, of course, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. There's the rules, let's get into the rebuild. So this is what the starting 11 looks like in season number 1. It isn't too bad of a side, to be fair. It's a side that I think should be able to get us out of the second division and back into La Liga, but we definitely need to build up the core of the side so that once we are in La Liga, that we survive. So let's go and get some transfer business done. Our first piece of business has been made here. It is a new striker. I was going to say it's a new number 9, but it looks like it's a new number 13. We have signed Chuba Akpom from PAOK from the Greek leagues, but the former Arsenal striker joins us here at Malaga for £6 million. And in addition to the right-hand side of our midfield, Francisco Trincao joins us here, signing for £4 million from SC Braga in the Portuguese league. We are getting it done in this opening window, lads. We have signed Raul Petretta as our new left back here. The Italian signs from FC Basel for £4.1 million. And a player departure here. We have sold our right back Miguel Sifu to this club here for £1.35 million. And Adrian Gonzalez has moved to Trabzonspor. We managed to get £5.5 million for him, which is pretty decent. We're selling a lot of players here as well. We've sold David Lomban to Fulham for £500,000. Probably our final piece of business for this opening insane window with Malaga is the signing of Josh Brownhill. We have brought him along from Bristol City for £5.2 million. So a pretty full-on start to life at Malaga. Akpom, Trincao, Petretta and Brownhill in, and then a lot of talent out of the club. Our squad looking very nice here. Very interested to see how we're going at the halfway point of season 1. So here we are on the 1st of January, and it is a strong start to life in the Spanish second division. We find ourselves sitting in 3rd position right now on 42 points. Hopefully we can pick things up a little bit come the second half of the season and make a move for the automatic spots, but I'm still happy with the spot we're in. I mean, no real surprise given our strong opening window that we've done no business here in the January transfer window. Our squad continuing to grow, good to see. Are we going to make more of a push in the second half of the season? Let's find out. Let's get promoted. We have missed out on an automatic promotion by 9 points. It is Girona and Rayo Vallecano automatically headed up to La Liga, so we have to battle it out with Sporting Oviedo and Almeria to get ourselves hopefully into La Liga once again. These are the results as we scroll down the table, of course. Santander, like Racing Santander and these sides are sweet because there is no 3rd division in FIFA. but that's what would have happened if there is. We finish in third. Let's see if we go up. Taking a look at the other tournaments, however, it is Atletico Madrid winning the Copa de España. We are going up to La Liga next season. We take down Sporting 3-1 on aggregate in the playoff final. We beat Almeria 4-3 in the semi-finals. That is good to see. Barcelona did take down Tottenham to win the Champions League, and Manchester United beat Wolves to win the Europa League. Okay, so that is season number 1. Our manager rating is quite low. Again, the board objectives and all that stuff in FIFA 20 does my head in, but we have survived. And we are headed to La Liga in season number 2 with Malaga. A move that might come to shock a few of you. I have sold Francisco Trincao, the man we signed last year from Braga, for the pure reason that he wanted out of the club. I was playing him in the majority of games last season, and because of the crap morale system in FIFA 20, he still didn't think that was enough. We benched him for one game and he threw a hissy fit, and it was bringing my manager rating down ridiculously, so we've sold him to Boca Juniors for £15.7 million. And we have also sold Mohamed Ben Kamasa to Angers in the French League, the Algerian midfielder signs, for £1.55 million. An upgrade to the goalkeeper position here, as we have brought in Predrag Rajkovic, £10.5 million to bring him in from Stade de Reims, the Serbian keeper. Should be an interesting prospect. He'll be good for us for the next few seasons. Hopefully he continues to grow and can become a hero here at Malaga. He is one of the most hyped up prospects in Spanish football at the moment, and he is now a Malaga man as we sign Ansu Fati from Barcelona for £10.7 million. This kid, I feel like, is going to be insane for us in this rebuild. Danny Pacheco has left the club as well. Since we got Fati, we no longer needed him as our starting left midfielder, so we sold him to Grêmio in the Brazilian League for £3.3 million. Hans Wolf has joined us here at Malaga. If that isn't the coolest name, I don't know what is. Like, this guy has the name that makes me think he should be the main villain in the next Die Hard movie or something like that. Hans Wolf, the Austrian midfielder, joining us here for £12.6 million. Normally release clauses work out incredibly for me, but this time they've worked against me. They've backfired because we have had a release clause offer accepted from Atletico Mineiro for Busafian, who had a decent little bit of potential there. Nothing incredible, but would have been a handy rotation player a couple of years in the future. Regardless, he's been sold for £1.75 million. So we've made 3 important signings here for our starting 11. Rajkovic, Fati and Wolf all into the side. For me, this season here is all about survival. Both survival in La Liga and survival as a manager in general. So we'll crack on and see how survival is going come January 1st. We are entrenched in the relegation battle. Fortunately though, we find ourselves 6 points clear out of the relegation zone, sitting in 16th position on 12 points. Granada, Rayo Vallecano and Osasuna all doing much worse than us. As we scroll up the table, I know it doesn't matter for us right now, but it's still good to look. Both Barcelona and Real Madrid with unbeaten seasons so far. Meunier, our former starting goalkeeper, is going to be leaving us at the end of the season on a pre-contract deal. Going to PSV there. No great loss. Would have been nice to get $1 million or 2 out of him, but it is what it is, as the Love Island contestants would say. And we have made a defensive addition to the squad here in the January transfer window, bringing in Leo Duarte from AC Milan for £8.1 million. Juan Carr, another player, leaving on a free deal. He wanted to leave. I couldn't negotiate a contract with him, so we had to let him leave on a free. Disappointing again, could have got $1 million or 2 out of him, but he's leaving nonetheless. Duarte in, Meunier and Juan Carr out on frees next season. That is our transfer window. This is our squad. Still not perfect, but getting better slowly. We just need to avoid relegation. Relegation has been avoided. Let's go, lads. We finish in 15th position. A very mediocre spot, but given our squad and our ambition for the season, I am definitely pleased with that. We were 14 points clear of Granada, who got relegated, along with Osasuna and Rayo Vallecano, so we live to fight another day in La Liga. As we scroll up the table, Real Madrid only lose one game all season, finish with 101 points, and win La Liga. Atletico Madrid took down Barcelona to win the Copa de España. Borussia Dortmund beat Spurs in the Champions League final. Heartbreak for Spurs in this rebuild so far. And AC Milan have beaten Real Madrid. Fair play in the Europa League final. So I'm absolutely over the moon with the start to life we've had here at Malaga. Promoted in Season 1 and survived in Season 2. That is what we need. Let's go and build on the foundations in Season 3. Season 3 begins with a player departure as Kiko has made the move to FC Copenhagen for £3.1 million. And our first signing of the season is going to be for a new right back. It is Emerson, I guess his last name is Royal. Emerson Royal coming across from Real Betis, £15.6 million. This guy is surely going to be world class for us one day. Esteban Rolon is departing the club here, off to Norwich City for £3.95 million. And a slight upgrade in the defense once again. Another Brazilian. Our backline, I've just realized, is almost fully Brazilian now. But we've got Lianco coming across from Bayern Munich. We have signed him for £10.5 million. Ivan Rodriguez has left the club, off to Celta Vigo for £5.4 million. We focus solely on the defense this window as Emerson and Lianco come into the club. Kiko, Rolon and Rodriguez out of the club. Our squad still isn't insane. It's slowly but surely making an impact. But again, I would love a mid-table finish. Desperately trying to avoid relegation again, however. I said a mid-table finish would be good for me, and so far, on the 1st of January, we are about as mid-table as you can get. We sit in 11th position on 20 points. The relegation battle, 10 points behind us, so we're not in a safe position, we're not in a comfortable position, but we're working towards that. I don't think we're going to push for European football either. I mean, realistically, we're right in between both European football, because that's 10 points away, and the relegation zone, because that's 10 points away. I'd be happy with mid-table. We have sold 2 players here. We've sold Luis Hernandez to Fenerbahce for £3.35 million, and then I've sold Diego Gonzalez to Crystal Palace, £10.7 million. Maybe I should have held on to him for a little bit longer, but I want to make a splash on the transfer market this window, and that's the best way to do it. And there it is, Nicolas Benedetti is joining us from Club America. He's listed as an attacking midfielder, but I will be playing him initially at the right midfield position. The Colombian is looking like an insane pickup. We got him for the release clause of £16.1 million. Benedetti into the club, Gonzalez and Hernandez out of the club. A pretty decent January transfer window, I'd have to say. How's he already upset? Anyways, let's see how we finish Season 3. Hopefully we stay mid-table. It's all about that growth. Season after season, growth. We wanted mid-table, and we got mid-table. 12th position here in our 3rd season and our 2nd season in La Liga. 44 points. We didn't make much of an impact in the European race, but we also didn't really find ourselves concerned about relegation. In fact, our season total at the halfway point would have kept us up. Deportivo going down with 17 points, along with Girona and Valladolid. We are putting them in our rear vision mirror. We are focused on climbing up the table now, and I feel like next season, with a few more additions to our side, we could definitely make a push for a European spot. But it is Atletico Madrid. Wow, they only lost 1 game all year. They finished with 111 points. Barcelona took down Real Betis to win the Copa de España this season. PSG won the Champions League final on a penalty shootout against Man City. And Chelsea have taken down Ajax to win the Europa League. 3 seasons in the history books, and I can really feel us gathering momentum to kind of roll over and get to that next era of the Malaga rebuild. I'm very, very excited and even more interested to see what happens in Season 4. We begin season number 4 selling Jose Rodriguez to Real Betis here, £12.5 million for the midfielder. I want to go out and get a top quality midfielder who can be here for the remainder of the rebuild. And we have decided to loan out Katie Bear. He's got decent potential. He was getting frustrated that he wasn't getting any game time, so I thought, let's loan him out. Let's try growing him a little bit and making him come back happy. A new midfielder joining us here at Malaga. It is Orel Mangala coming across from Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. £12.6 million to the Belgian midfielder. A great pickup. Very excited to see what he can do in the next few seasons. In terms of squad depth, things are looking very bleak. If we get injuries, we're screwed. So I'm going to go ahead and sign a lot of free agent talent. The first of which is going to be this guy, Ferreira dos Santos, a Brazilian right back, joining us here on a free deal. Esteban de Toro, an Argentinian left winger, centre forward and striker. Very excited about this kid. 19 years of age, 69 rated. Very keen to see how he progresses. 3 more players have accepted offers here. Lucas Cambon, a French defender, joining us here, 65 rated. Antonino Accardi, a very famous last name that one, an Italian centre forward, striker and right midfielder, 68 rated, age 19. This kid could be something very good as well. And then Carlos Isaac Ramos Gomez, a Spanish left midfielder, joining us as well. And there we go, the final free agent player has accepted a contract. Sam Albultat, another centre forward, a lot of them available this season. 68 rated, age 18. We've definitely filled out our reserves now with players that can continue growing for us. We have sold one Pablo Anor here. He definitely got past his base potential, and we've sold him to Sporting for £13.8 million. And we have also loaned out Alejandro Mula on a 1-year loan move to RB Salzburg. So a very busy window here to kick off season number 4. A lot of players in, a lot of players out. Our squad slowly continues to grow. I think in January I'm going to go in for a quality centre back, but I wanted to give some more time to scout and see how Lianco and Duarte could grow. But let's see how the push for potential Europa League football is coming along come January 1st. So on the 1st of January, we're in the hunt for European football, but we're definitely not in the strongest position. We're definitely not in a great position. We're close to the, not actually no, to be fair, given how bad the other side's going, we're not close to the relegation battle, but we find ourselves sitting in 10th position here in La Liga. We have gone out and spent big on an upgrade to our defense as we signed Boubacar Kamara from Valladolid. He's been moving around clubs a lot in this rebuild, but he's come from Valladolid for £29.2 million. So just the signing of Boubacar Kamara for this transfer window, but he's definitely added a new level to our squad. Look at Fatih, already at an 83 rating, and he's like 20 years of age. That guy's going to be insane, but I'm very interested to see where we finish this season now that we've added a big addition to our squad. Hopefully the lads pick up the form a little bit and can really make a late charge for Europa League football. We have finished 2 points out of a Europa League spot. We've had a much better second half of the season, but we are finished in 8th position here in La Liga on 61 points. Atletico Madrid go undefeated. Another invincible side. They win La Liga. Real Madrid in 2nd, Barca in 3rd. Next season, surely we're going to break into the mold of European football, but we're slowly making progress. You love to see it. At least we're not going backwards. The relegated sides are Granada, Osasuna and Mallorca. Atletico Madrid did win the Copa de España over Valencia. It's been a bloody good year for Atletico Madrid. They've won the Champions League as well. And Tottenham have won the Europa League this season. So that is season 4 done and dusted. We're getting there, lads. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. An upgrade to the striker position here in the 5th season as we bring in Martinelli. Now, obviously, he's originally from Arsenal, but in this save, he went to West Ham. We've brought him in though for £27.5 million. A player departure here, we have sold Antonin to Santa Clara for £1.5 million. And it is now a massive player departure as we have parted ways with Chuba Akpom for £41.3 million. I am ecstatic with that transfer fee. We got so much money for him than I expected. I expected him to grow a lot more than he did, to be fair, but he provided the service for us. But it's the Martinelli era now. And we have sold Ballarud to Benevento for £660,000. We have signed a new centre-back here. Our backline revolutionised as we bring in Juan Foyth from Celta Vigo, £25.8 million for the Argentine defender. Very excited to see him grow over the next few seasons and hopefully lead us to a Champions League title. So we have decided to sell Lienko here. He is headed to Fiorentina for £18 million. Really getting some money together. He's been here since the early days, but we have decided to part company with Josh Brownhill. Thank you very much, mate, but you are headed to AC Milan for £28.2 million. A massive addition to our midfield here. £48 million spent on Jeff Rain Adelaide, the Frenchman joining us here from Lyon. 84 rated at age 25. This is a turning point in the rebuild. A transfer window to remember as we bring in Martinelli, Foyth and Rain Adelaide. And surely this side can now get us to European football, maybe even Champions League football. Players continuing to grow. We've really gotten over the hump, I feel like. Let's crack on and see how we're doing come January 1st. This is more like it. January 1st, and we're starting to break into that European mold. We find ourselves in 5th position on 38 points, definitely in striking range of the Champions League. I think anything less than Europa League football this season is just a complete disaster. So we need to just step up our act in the second half of the season, but we're in a healthy position right now. No business done in this January transfer window. I was flirting with the idea of making a pre-contract signing, but there was nobody decent enough that we could really bring in. It was frustrating. I spent like half an hour looking through players, couldn't find anybody. So this is the squad that we're going to have fighting for us, hoping to get top 4 football. Whether we can do it or not is a different question. I'll see you guys at the end of the 5th season. We haven't been able to make that final push and qualify for Champions League football, finishing 9 points behind Valencia. But thankfully we do have some sort of European football as we play in the Europa League next season, finishing 6th this year. Barcelona go invincible and win yet another La Liga title. Next season we have to make that push for top 4. Hopefully the board gives us more money now that we are playing European football. Checking out the rest of the results in La Liga, however, the relegated sides are going to be Girona, Rayo Vallecano and Leganes. Atletico Madrid have won the Copa de España 3-1 over Villarreal. PSG take down Barcelona to win the Champions League. And AC Milan win an all-Italian Europa League final. European football coming back to Malaga in this 6th season, but it is only Europa League, not Champions League football. Regardless though, we're making progress and that is what we love to see. We have begun the season with a new goalkeeper signing. It is a new number 12. £40 million spent on Lunin here, the Ukrainian goalkeeper. 85 rated at age 25. We've brought him across from Bayer Leverkusen. Very excited to see what this guy can do. We have loaned out Antonino Icardi to Alaves for the season. He's been making decent progress, but he deserves a little bit more game time, and we're going to provide that to him. I just don't understand how this game works at times. I mean, we got Lunin, who is 3 years younger and 3 overall higher than Rajkovic. Yet we've sold Rajkovic to Leverkusen, the club that we bought Lunin from. We've sold him for 75 bloody million pounds. What is going on? I mean, I'm not complaining, but we have won the deal of the century. And it is a new left back at the club. It's a well-known name. It is Kieran Tierney making the move from Arsenal to Malaga. £52 million to the left back, 86 rated. He is well and truly in his prime, and I'm very excited to have him here. How is this happening? I paid what, 50 million or so for Kirintini, who's 4 overall higher and the same age as Petretta. Yet I've just sold Petretta to Hertha Berlin for £70 million. I'll tell you what, in FIFA 20 career mode, it pays to invest in mediocre players and sell them on for ridiculous sums once dynamic player potential hits them. You've gotta love it. Malaga are making moves in this window, lads. We have signed Hassim Allar to sign from Chelsea, and we have got him for a fantastic price. He had less than 12 months remaining on his contract, so we have got him in the bargain bin. £60 million from Chelsea for an 89 rated French midfielder. Allar, welcome to Malaga. And Aurel Mangala has also left the club. The Belgian midfielder heads to Tottenham for £42.4 million. Another transfer that just blows my mind. 81 rated 28-year-old Leo Duarte leaving the club after a decent run here for £39.7 million. I didn't think I'd be able to make another massive transfer like this window, but we have signed Issa Diop to the club. 86 rated centre back. We have signed him from Atletico Madrid for £67.6 million. So I don't know what the bloody hell happened in that transfer window, but we now have an insane side. If we don't qualify for the Champions League this season, I'm going to be absolutely flabbergasted. Heck, we could win the Europa League. Let's go and see how our La Liga progress is tracking along come January 1st. Halfway through the season, and we are definitely engaged in a title race. I mean, we're a little bit off the pace in terms of keeping up to Barcelona, but we're definitely in and amongst it. Got to make sure, though, we qualify in the top 4, because look at that. Real Madrid, they're in 5th. They're on the same amount of points as us. It is a really, really tight battle for a Champions League spot. We need to get it done. We have signed a new backup centre midfielder here. A decent little player to bring in, really. Adrian Fiend coming across from Bayern Munich for £19.9 million. Fiend into the club. Our side continues to grow. Come on, let's qualify for Champions League. Let's see if we win the Europa League. It's a big end of the season coming up. Get in there! We have qualified for the Champions League in season number 7. We finished 3rd in La Liga this season, behind Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. Again, Barcelona going invincible. What's it with this team, this rebuild? But we scroll down the table. The relegated sides, Osasuna, Eibar, and Mallorca. We're so far past that stage now. We finished 3rd. Let's go. Barcelona did take down Atletico Madrid to win Copa de España, however. Atletico Madrid take down Liverpool to win the Champions League. And we have lost the Europa League final to Napoli. Oh, that could have been our first big piece of silverware in the rebuild, but we've lost 3-2 in the Europa League final. Damn, thankfully we're not relying on it, but it would have been nice. That was one of the most remarkable seasons we've had in rebuild history in a very long time, because we just completely revolutionized the squad, got incredible amounts of money for players, and we performed on the pitch as well. We're in the Champions League next season. Very, very keen to see how deep we can go. We begin this season with a big improvement on the right-hand side of the field. We have brought in Federico Chiesa from Newcastle United for £56.4 million. And since we are in the Champions League this season with an alright position, like an alright squad where we could potentially go deep, I go into insurance mode where I think, okay, where could we potentially be stopped? And the goalkeeper is definitely one position. If we picked up an injury, we were screwed until now, because we have Unai Simon as our new backup goalkeeper. We've signed him from Saint Etienne for £27.8 million. So we have decided to loan out 2 players for the pure fact that they both wanted to be loaned out, and my manager rating was being brought down for the fact that I hadn't loaned them out. So Esteban de Toro is on a 1-year loan move to Everton, and Ramon is on a 1-year loan move to Girona. A game-changing player departure, as our 4th string goalkeeper, Gonzalo Cretes, is off to Toronto. Chiesa and Simon into the club. Crete's out of it, and now our side getting there, lads. Wolf is up to a 90 rating, which is insane considering where he started. I want Martinelli to keep growing. I want Fati to keep growing. We got a few players that could crack into the 90s this season, but the most it's not even hour 1. I thought the transfer window was over. Well, I don't plan on making any more business this window, so let's keep pushing through it. There we go. That's the window done. Let's go check out our Champions League group for the first time in this Malaga rebuild. So I forgot to show you our group before our first game against CSK in Moscow, so I accidentally simulated that one, but we have a tough group, I would say. It's ourselves, Ajax, Dortmund, and CSK in Moscow. It's a 3-horse race for those top 2 teams. I don't know, top two spots. I don't know if Moscow's going to go deep in it, but Ajax and Dortmund provide serious competition. So it was a very close group, but not for us. We have absolutely wiped the floor in the group stages. 6 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, only 3 goals conceded, and we are through to the round of 16 of the Champions League alongside Ajax in scintillating fashion. You absolutely love to see it. Oh, what a start to life in the Champions League. Now the question though, in the round of 16, who are we facing? It is going to be AC Milan. So a side that has a lot of young quality youngsters, or high quality youngsters I should say, and they're probably reaching their peak now, so we could be in for a very, very tough game. In terms of La Liga, we are flying as well. My goal is to always hit the Champions League from here on in, but we're currently leading the league on 50 points. And in terms of Champions League, we're 13 points ahead of Real Madrid and Bilbao, who are in 4th and 5th positions. So very, very strong start to the season. No great surprises that we've done no business in this January transfer window. I'm very, very interested to see how our side goes. Let's take on AC Milan in the Champions League round of 16. The away leg at the San Siro up first. Now, it's a bit of a blow because we are missing both Wolf and Auer. Auer should be back for the second leg. Wolf might not be out for the second leg, not sure. But we have Benedetti and we have Fiend coming into the side. Let's get some away goals on the board after the first leg. The scoreline is a 2-1 advantage. Tierney and Fati scoring goals. We have 2 away goals. You love to see it. So we are 2-1 up here as we get into the second leg. We do have both Wolf and we have Auer back, but I am only starting Auer. Benedetti's going to start in front of Wolf for the pure fact that Wolf is still slightly injured. He's not 100%, but are we through to the quarterfinals? The scoreline is a 1-1 draw, and we have got ourselves through to the Champions League quarterfinals 3-2 on aggregate. We've taken down one Italian outfit on our way to the quarterfinals, and it's time to do it to another as we face Juventus in the Champions League quarterfinals here. I'm almost certain that Cristiano Ronaldo is no longer around, but players like Dybala are going to be freakishly high rated by now. The away leg up first here, traveling to Turin, taking them on. We do have Wolf back in the starting 11, but unfortunately Chiesa is now out, so it's another opportunity for Benedetti in right midfield. The scoreline after the first leg is a 2-0 win. They have Delete as well, and we've managed to put 2 goals past them. Okay, Wolf and Rain Adelaide getting the job done. We're halfway to the semi-finals. A big second leg coming up, but we're in a very, very strong position. We are in a very, very healthy position here, but we need to stay on top of our game. Still no Federico Chiesa, which is a bit of a blow, but we are 2-0 up. Let's get ourselves to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Do we do it? Yes, we do. Fati picks up an injury, which makes me nervous, but we have drawn 0-0 and are through to the Champions League semi-finals after taking down Juventus. We've rolled through all of the Italian teams, and now they're having to hand us a German one. Bayern Munich stand between us and a Champions League final here in Season 7. Can we get there? Can we face either Barcelona or Man City? We're about to find out. I absolutely adore having the away leg up first, and we have it again here. Full strength, starting 11 for the first time in the Champions League this season. So that's going to be a nice change. But we travel away to the Allianz Arena. The scoreline after the first leg is a 1-1 draw. So not the strongest start in the world, but we have got ourselves an away goal on the board, which is the most important thing. Deep breath, lads. It's a 1-1 scoreline, 1-1. If we keep a clean sheet, we go through. It's an away goal advantage to us, but it is only a narrow one. Let's get through this in the cleanest way possible. And we have done it in absolute flying fashion. Oh my god. We're through to the Champions League final after taking down Bayern Munich 3-0. Oh my god. Diop, Fati and Martinelli all scoring. I'm really hoping Wolf isn't suspended. I'm really hoping Kamara isn't injured for the final, but we're through in amazing fashion. It is an all-Spanish affair for the Champions League final here in season number 7 as we face Barcelona. Barcelona versus Malaga. On the way to the final, they have taken down Manchester City, PSG, and also Manchester United, so it's been a tough run for them. We've had a tough run as well, though, to be fair. We had AC Milan, we had Juventus, and we had Bayern Munich, so both of us deserve to be here, but let's take it straight to them. Taking a look around the other tournaments, and it was a Merseyside derby in the Europa League final. Liverpool coming out victorious on that occasion. We have missed out on winning La Liga by just 1 point. That would have been so nice to win La Liga, but we have most importantly qualified for the Champions League in season number 8 if we're unable to get the job done tonight against Barcelona, who we did finish higher than, but as we scroll down the table, it is Leganes, Valladolid and Vallecano all being relegated. Barcelona did win the Supercopa this season, and Barcelona also won the Copa de España, so it's been no, so that's Real Madrid. What am I doing? Real Madrid won it. We have put together one hell of a side here in our time at Malaga over the past few seasons. It's been one hell of a journey. It might be over today. I'm hoping it's going to be over because we want to get a Champions League title here. Look at that, Hans Wolf. He has just exceeded all expectations. Our captain, the man with the coolest name in football, absolutely stepping up and showing it who's boss. Fati is 90 rated at age 23. So excited if we can continue using him. Martinelli an 86 rating. This side is insane. Let's see if this side is good enough to take down the might of Barcelona and become champions of Europe. It's the Champions League final at the Theatre of Dreams, but the only dreams being achieved today are ours. They're on the attack right now. Hudson-Odoi having a shot. Audacious attempt there from the Englishman. They're on the attack right now, Barcelona. It's been a strong start for them. That's a great tackle from Issa Diop, though. And we find ourselves on the counter. Fati, beautiful ball to unleash Martinelli. He's in one-on-one with Ter Stegen. Oh, that is a world-class tackle there. Bloody hell, what an opportunity. Come on, I'm watching you, Chiesa. We're going to feed it through. He's going to go early to Martinelli. Another opportunity for the Brazilian after having that shot stopped. He's going to go through. Oh, out to Rain Adelaide, though, who's going to have a pop. Oh, forces Ter Stegen into a unique looking save. He didn't have much of an idea about that one, did he? If we scored that one, it would have been ridiculous, but Ter Stegen didn't really catch it. Here we go. Beautiful start to the second half here as we've got Chiesa in behind. He's going to hold it up nicely. He's going to send it very deep. It's going to be headed away, but it's going to come straight out to Auer, who goes to Rain Adelaide, who goes to Martinelli. He smashed it into the bottom right-hand corner. But Ter Stegen is going to make a very good save there. Rain Adelaide going there to Auer. Auer's going to go back to Rain Adelaide. Going to Martinelli. It works out half decently because he goes to Auer, who goes to Hans Wolf. Good save. The follow-up in the bottom of the crossbar. Martinelli giving us a well-deserved lead there. Exactly what we were after. Hans Wolf had the awesome opportunity. Fantastic passing play. What a class finish, though, from Martinelli. A very tough angle. He has hit it perfectly off the bottom of the crossbar. And we take the lead here in the Champions League final. Barcelona running out of time. They've had some very good field position as of late. That's a terrible touch. Mayan hits it, it falls. And they've equalised. Are you kidding me? That is such a crap goal to concede in the 84th minute as well. They have had no opportunities. The terrible touch from Auer. It's fallen perfectly to them. Everything that could have gone right for Barcelona did there. It's come off the bloody chest of Lunin. That is a crap goal. Come on. We're going to have to send this one over the top. That's a terrible ball from Auer. And that's going to be full time. We've got another half an hour to play, lads. Barcelona equalised right at the death. A crap goal concede. And it's now 1-1 as we head into extra time. Good defense. Wolf. Ball being spread around here. Auer. Going there to Martinelli. Going through to Wolf. Come on, mate. Looking for an option. Martinelli. To Wolf. I see that run over the top. Rain Adelaide wins the header. We're back in front. How's the jumping? You love to see it. 96th minute here. And Rain Adelaide restores clarity here at Old Trafford. We have taken the lead early in extra time. You couldn't have asked for a much better start. Fantastic passing play. Look at the run. Look at the ball. And most importantly, look at that jump. Martinelli going here to Rain Adelaide. It's a good burst of pace here from our goal scorer. We go. Martinelli. Wolf. End it. Through the legs to follow up. Oh, how's he saved that? Ter Stegen is hacking this game. Oh my god, man. Ter Stegen has made some unbelievable saves. How the... What? We have the corner though. Wolf. To send that one in there. Diop! Oh my god! Turns out it was saved. I don't know how, but we get another corner here. Fati sending that one deep. Headed away. Wolf. Wolf Haley. Going here. Giesa. Back to Wolf. Wolf! Oh my god, we just need to put that final goal in. I'm just going to take care of possession here and watch that clock wind down because it is looking like we are going to be champions of Europe with Malaga. What a rebuild it has been. Hans Wolf is going to lift the European trophy here as we take down Barcelona after extra time at Old Trafford. I've absolutely loved this Malaga rebuild. I hope you guys have felt the same way. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video. Subscribe down below if you're new around here. I will see you for the next one tomorrow. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.